Now I'm going to mix all of the flour first, add the sugar, give it a little stir, kind of stir it in here. Then I'm going to add the baking powder. I'm going to do all of the powders stuff together. There we have it. Then I'm going to make a little hole here. Now, working with gluten-free flour is so different than other flours. So next, I'm going to pour my eggs, and you beat them ahead of time. And then we slowly melt them into, except for when they run away from you. Oh my God, I have runaway eggs. Where are they going? Oh my God. Okay, here we go. I'm getting all my eggs that have run away. Then we add some oil so we can catch it. Oh my gosh. I guess this was a bad idea to make this on this board. But you know what? It's going to work out, because when I put my mind to it, right now my husband's filming. He thinks I'm absolutely crazy. But for me, it's working out better. We have a high island here. And when I use a bowl, it's really hard to mix. And I like using my hands. But now I got to add the almond extract. And believe it or not, by doing this, it'll be perfect. Here we go with our milk. This we go in slowly. This recipe does not really call for milk, but because the gluten-free flour has a different consistency, I like to put milk in there to soften it up, because otherwise it's very, 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 very dry. But I wouldn't suggest you doing this on a board like I'm doing, because if you're really cooking, they'll probably tell you not to do it this way. But for me, I feel like I get the better texture, I get to mix it better, and I'm a testaruda, as my husband says. So we keep folding in the milk until we get to the consistency that we can work with the dough. So, as we see, I'm going to be mixing this for a few more minutes as I go along. Keep adding the milk a little bit at a time, and then you could feel the dough. If the dough crumbles, then it means it's not ready and you need more milk. So we keep adding the milk, and then what we do, lugujemo, as my mother says, which means you pick it up. This is the old-fashioned way they did it back in the old days of Sicily. And when I was a little girl, this is how my mother taught me and told me how to make cookies. So I'm going to go to my roots. Still mixing. I'll have this dough ready in just a few minutes. Oh boy, you can smell the almond extract. Using almond extract and almond milk really makes a difference. A little bit more milk. And you know what? I'm using a cup of milk. Sometimes you may need a little more, little less. Just look at the consistency. There we go. Oh, yes. This is really biscotti, almond, gluten-free, fatto con le mani. Well, the time has come to enjoy my cappuccino. And see, my biscotti. I just wanted to make a side note. I'm not a cook or a chef. I'm just a plain, simple Nonna, 70-year-old grandma that just enjoys being in the kitchen and cooking and having a good time, making different things, and try to remember the roots from when my mother used to teach me as a young child. So my runaway eggs was quite hilarious, I must say, but in the long run it works out. But like I said, I'm just a plain ordinary person who used to have a very full life before I retired. And I now do these videos just as pleasure and enjoyment and to show them to my friends. So, till we meet again, buonanotte and mangia mangia.